Welcome to the Tony Gomez Show tonight. Welcome. Tonight we have in the house, you better believe it, they are here. Heavy Soul, introducing from left to right, Andrew Juelg. Did I get it right?
Close enough.
Close enough, man. You guys are too cool. Thank you so much. Louie Mendel right there in the middle, guitars. And on drums, Steve Flores right there to your right. Gentlemen, thanks for joining me on the show tonight.
Thanks for having us.
Is that maybe your rehearsal room?
It is, yeah. This is our practice room.
Yeah.
We're over at this guy's place. It's a pretty nice spot.
Very cool, man. Thanks for joining me on the show tonight. I was just mentioning how the first time I'd seen you guys was over at the Rock and Roll Flea Market, and watching you guys tear it up that day was a real surprise, dude, because I don't see too many blues rock bands that are out there that fucking come with such power and presence stage live wise. And it was just very refreshing to my ears, and really kind of opened my eyes to the great talent that we have when it comes to blues here in Corpus. And I just want to say thanks a lot for holding it down and kicking ass by doing that. And, you know, along that, you guys have been doing a lot of shows regularly. You just released the Skidmore Sessions not too long ago, so it's still very fresh. And, you know, when it comes to that, man, that's just a really solid blues rock release, man. It just, from top to bottom, those 6 tracks, they bang, man. They really bang. And they're catchy, man. They not only music wise, but lyrically. So thinking about that, who's writing the lyrics for the band, and who puts the music arrangements together for y'all?
So I'm doing most of like the writing for the lyrics.
Okay.
And I kind of like lay the foundation and just bring it to these guys, and Drew and Steve, they just kind of take it to another level.
Nice.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. We worked hard.
Yeah, so that's the sound lab right there where you guys are getting it all together, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
Nice. Very nice. Well, thinking about that, tell me, how did you guys come together? How did y'all form?
So, man, I met these guys way back in the day. It's been a while. But I think Heavy Soul kind of formed out of the chain links, right? So I play in the chain links as well, with Celeste Torres, Joe Martinez, Landon Martinez. And I think it started as me and Landon. Like, I would just come with original stuff to practice, and those kind of just turned into jams and songs. And I don't know, we started doing this duo thing, right? And that went on for a little bit, and we needed some bottom end. And Drew was the first guy I thought of. So we called him up, he came in, auditioned, and then just like took off to a whole nother level from there.
Yes, man. It was meant to be. You know, your presence, man. How long have you been playing guitar, Louie?
Oh, man. Longer than I haven't been.
Well, I can tell, man. It looks like it comes real naturally, as well as for you, Steve, and Drew as well. Y'all mesh together so well on stage, and everything just fucking falls in the pocket. And it seems like you guys have been jamming, you know, for 5, 6, 7 years. How long have y'all been together?
Me and Steve have been jamming together for like, since what? 98?
Yeah.
So,
whoa. Damn, badass.
That's why.
We're a solid rhythm section, me and this guy.
Yeah.
We got chemistry, and we've jammed on and off together for, I don't even know how many years it is. What was that, like 20-something years? Yeah. So, I mean.
No wonder.
When it came to back Louie, it was a no-brainer, man.
Yeah, I mean, there you go. There's the answer to your question right there, man. I think a band is only as good as its rhythm section. So these guys make it very easy for me to kind of just get up there and focus on my job.
Yes, definitely, man. They just hold it down big time, man. Great fucking job. So, what was the name of the first song that y'all guys wrote together?
Bad Bones. That was the first single on the EP. And I think that was
Bad Bones.
I know that was the first one we played with Drew. Like when he came over, we just kind of got into that song, and it was over from there, man.
That was the first one I learned, and there wasn't like a bass line to learn. It's just like, here's how the song goes.
Yeah.
Dude, he came in and he learned the song. He learned the parts. He added his own twist. It was
I added some shit in there, and I was like, All right. Yeah, I like this band. Let's go.
You're natural, Drew. Hell yeah. He just kind of gives you something to work with, and bam, you just start fucking. Everything starts falling in the pocket right there. And I know for Steve too. You know, I'm a drummer at heart. It's just that the bands I wanted to play with as I was, you know, growing in music. You know, my first band was back in '83, playing for a punk rock band called Aggravated Assault. And thing is, you know, as you get back then, the better the guys got on guitar, bass, and drums, they kind of lead towards more metal bands. And that's what was happening in my circle of friends. And the guys I was jamming with were going different ways. And I kind of wanted to go more metal, but I didn't have the chops on drums to keep up. Where double bass was kicking in, I didn't have the chops yet. So my other guitar player that was already in the band I wanted to be in, called Malignancy, said, "We need a singer. Why don't you try out for vocals?" So that's why I've been doing vocals since '91. But man, when it comes to Steve, you can hear everything just kind of falls in the pocket, man. And you know, I'm gonna get to some of the songs that are already on here, but I think it was really six string blues with the way you're holding it down. You know, it sounds great, Steve. And you know, when I saw Steve doing it, I was like, whoa, that's fucking badass. Because I know when it comes to doing Haunt to Sleep, a whole different genre, something, it just comes natural, bro. And it's always great to watch you play, Steve. You always play with fire and enjoying what you do, and it's good to see you do your thing, man.
Right on, brother. Yeah, just for the record, that's Landon Martinez on the EP. Yeah. And yeah, Landon was the first drummer for Heavy Soul, and he got busy with his DJ project, so I stepped in. I had already knew Drew. We had been jamming for years, so yeah, I stepped in, and it was really different than what I've ever done, so I liked it, and here we are.
Here we are, right? And Landon was also your drummer for the Chain Links?
Yeah, so he's the drummer for the Chain Links, and like I said, we kind of just started coming up with these jams and riffs at practice, and then we started getting together, you know, outside of the Chain Link practice and started working on these riffs and songs. And so we did a couple of shows just as a duo with a guitar and drum, and it was missing that bottom end. So that's when Drew came into the picture, right? So I don't know, fast forward like months after that, we got into the studio, did the EP, and Landon just had to pull back, you know, for personal reasons. And, you know, Steve was the...
So Landon did the drums on the recording, or was it Steve?
Yeah, no, yeah, it was all Landon on the EP.
Hey, okay, all right. Because I remember Landon being there. I remember his setup. His I like the style that he played with. He's got a feel, man, like a different kind of swing and blues jam to him. And he also goes to the same gym as me, so I always feel like, hey, so I'd always remember badass drummer. You know what I mean? So. And I know that I haven't had a chance to see Steve with you guys, but just whenever I'm been lucky enough to catch some footage, whether someone's catching you playing live around town, it's always fucking solid. But I do want to see you guys, because you got a show coming up this weekend over at the Annex. Is that Friday night?
Yeah, we sure do. The show is tomorrow night, downtown Corpus Christi during Art Walk at the Annex. We'll be there from 9 to 1.
Great. All right. 9 to 1 at the Annex. Hell yeah. Art Walk. It's going to be a good turnout. Friends, go out there and check it out. It's going to be a great show with these guys. Okay, so let's get into the EP. So, you know, Bad Bones coming in with the first track right there. Great blues rock right in your face from the get-go. What a banger. Which would you say was probably the easiest song to record for you guys in there?
The easiest, probably Bad Bones. Or no? I mean, actually, so...
I mean, for me, they were all easy, but, you know.
Yeah.
All right.
One Take Wonder on bass.
I would say Grow a Man Up was probably the easiest, obviously, because I just sat down in front of a mic and played it one time, and that's what's on the EP. Like, I ran through it one time, that's the cut we got, and we went with that. So that one was probably the easiest. Full band, I don't know.
I mean, that's how we recorded them all, kind of a live take. We just ran through the song a few times, so we found a take we liked, and then, you know, whatever, you know, patch in a little drums or guitar here and there, but it's basically live.
Yeah, 100%. That album was recorded live. Like you said, we kind of went back in and did some edits on like the solo or whatever, but that was all in a room live. So we're proud of that.
That is sharp.
We try to make it as less, you know, as analog as possible, as raw as possible, and less digital.
I love that. I love the integrity behind that. Awesome.
Yeah.
And it sounds great. Fucking came out sounding great.
Thank you. We're proud of it, man. We're ready to get back in there.
Yes. Good. Good. You already have some new material to record with Steve in there?
Yeah, absolutely, man. We do. We sure do. We're actually working on a video this month. And once we wrap that up, the next plan is to get back in the studio.
Nice.
This guy.
Where did y'all record the Skidmore Sessions at?
We recorded in Skidmore, Texas at Sound Machine Studio with Mason Shirley.
No kidding. Oh, well, that explains the title right there. Hell yes. All right. Because I was going to ask where the name came from. All right.
Yeah. Drew's actually from Skidmore.
Yeah.
Very cool. Dig it. All right. Tore Down, man. Second track right there. That's a heavy rocker right there. I love that one. Fucking dig that one a lot. And really loved your blues line right there. My Baby Can't Be Found.
Yeah. Thank you, man. That song was actually kind of a rendition of a Freddie King song.
Uh-huh. All right. I love it, man. I love the feel to it, man. Way to make it yours.
Yeah, exactly, man. Just kind of tipping our hat there.
Yes. Fuck yeah. Much respect. Now, let's see. Would it be fair to say that maybe all 6 of these songs I might have heard over there when y'all played at the flea market?
Most definitely.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought so, man, because these were her. The more I listened to them, I was like, man, I remember this one. I remember the lead on this one. And just seeing you guys just throw down and really left an impression. So coming after that one, we were talking about Change Yourself, man. I really like Change Yourself. I like the message behind that one. And the chorus right there, I hope I got this right, but you can't change the world, but you got to change yourself.
Yeah, you got it spot on.
I know where you're coming from, man, because everybody's, we all want to have a better world. And really, it all just starts in your own home. How are you going to treat each other? And then it just reciprocates, when you're out there with your bros, doing your shows, and when you're at your work. And I don't know, but in my little circle of friends, things aren't so bad because there's a lot of good vibes. So cheers to everybody spreading all those good vibes and keeping the good shit going, man, because when there's a lot to complain about, sometimes you just got to self-reflect and see what you can do to make a difference about it. So
yeah,
Change Yourself was a fucking banger, man. I love that one.
Thank you, man. That was a fun one to record. We actually got Miss Claudia Melton to do backup vocals and some keys on that record. Yeah. So shout out to Claudia for helping us out there.
Very cool. Yes, very cool. Making that work. Hell yeah. Well, the next one, Hand to Hold, one of my favorites right there, man. I love, and I hope I got this right, but I love you like it's the last time.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, I mean, I love blues. I'm not too familiar with blues, but I do know the commercial kind of stuff, and a lot of the stuff when I was growing up. And when I say that, I'm talking about like maybe George Thorogood and the Destroyers, Eric Clapton. Of course, Zeppelin's got a lot of blues in him, and Stevie Ray Vaughan, Eric Johnson. So I know familiar of a lot of the most popular ones, but that is reminiscence and just kind of throwing back to everything that I always love about blues, man. It's it's about women. It's about having a drink and jamming, loving your guitar, loving your 6-string, and it's kind of like George Thorogood's song is "I Drink Alone."
Yeah, I drink alone. All by
You guys
myself.
do you cover any George?
No, but we've never talked about it. But thank you. We might add that one into the set.
It's fun, man. I think any bar would love any fucking George Thorogood. That'd be cool. But getting back to Hand to Hold, man, that's a great jam right there. That one needs to be cranked, man. That's a fucking heavy one, and the solo on that one really stands out. I really think the solo was probably one of the best ones on the recording right there.
Nice, thank you. Yeah, I remember I used the octave pedal for that one.
Nice. But the next one, dude, I really like this, man. Killer Blues right here on 6-string blues, man. That's a great jam. Awesome drums that I mentioned for Leland on that one, on that track right there. And man, I really the lyrics, dude. I think lyrically, this is probably my favorite song lyric wise, because I love she gave me sex, brand new strings to sing the blues.
Yeah, man.
You wrote that, right?
Yeah, that one came from kind of like a John Lee Hooker kind of inspiration, right? And I've been working on those a long time. I had some people help me out, kind of polish the lyrics up, and that's what we were going for. That John Lee Hooker kind of boogie shuffle.
Absolutely, man. I definitely, you execute that very freaking well. That was nice, very nice. And what a good woman right there to take care of you like that. Yes, hell yeah. What a blessing. All right, so we're moving on to the last track, man. Grow Up a Man. And I'm a dad. I've got a daughter. She just turned 30. God bless her. And my son Stone, who's just about to turn 23. And man, it feels good to hear a song like this, man, because like to my son, man, I said, hey, man, sometimes it's time to grow up a man, man. And when the time is there, it has come, it's time to do it. And every guy goes through it. And when you got to do it, you just got to make it happen. Usually there's somebody depending on you, and that's kind of like your fire and desire for getting it done. But that's a great jam, great lyrics with this one, and just superb blues, man. So to also hear that it was done on the first take, wow, not really surprising, because I'm really blown away by your talent, Louie. But what a great fucking jam, man, to do it on first take. Fucking solid as a rock. That's badass.
Yeah, thank you, man. That's probably one of my favorites to do live. Like, we strip it down and kind of spice it up as a band. But I love that song, man. That's something my pops used to say, was "Grow a Man Up." So that's where that came from.
Man, I can't wait to see you guys do that one right there. So what would you say, starting with James, man, what's your favorite song to play live?
Who are you asking? Is it me or it's Drew? Or
Oh, I mean, I'm sorry. Steve, tell me, what's your favorite song to play live?
Probably Hand to Hold.
Hand to Hold, yes. Feels good, man. That's a rocker right there.
Banger.
How about Drew? What do you think? What's your favorite one?
Man, it's up there with the Six String and Bad Bones.
Six String and Bad Bones, yes. Great jams right there.
Like, album, I did not put any of my fuzz or distortion or anything. I kept it clean on the album. But when we play live, I get nasty with it. You
do get nasty with it, yeah. That's a great part of the sound that you guys, I think that's what brings that heavy,
we didn't want that on the album. We wanted the album to be like kind of clean.
Right.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
When I play live, dude, it's probably Six String. Six String, I get raunchy.
Yeah.
That's a good one. But I like Bad Bones because I sing on that one.
Yes.
So it's kind of a toss-up between those two.
What other songs besides Bad Bones do you do vocals?
Hand to Hold.
Yeah.
You did
Change Yourself. I do a lot.
You did it on
Grow a Man Up. I sing a lot. I sing a lot on all of them.
Yeah.
Yes.
As far as my two favorites would probably be Bad Bones and Six String Blues.
Killer. And Steve, do you do any vocals back there on the kit?
Not usually.
Not yet.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, cool. All right. Well, Louie, what's your favorite song to play live?
I gotta say, Grow a Man Up.
Grow a Man Up. Okay. Fuck
I
yes. Killer. That's a banger, man. So I tell you what, let me start with Drew. Drew, who got you inspired, man, to start playing? Was it your dad by chance?
No, that's another story for another time. But I didn't meet my dad. 28. So the family I grew up in, I was the only one with any kind of musical inclination or influence or whatever. It just came out of the blue. But I would have to say, between, obviously like Pearl Jam, Nirvana stuff got me trying to learn how to play. And then when I heard White Zombie, I was like, oh fuck. And that was it. That's when I took off.
Oh hell! Like I'm thinking, what is it? Thunder Kiss. Dun, 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 dun.
Thunder Kiss. That was actually the first album I bought by myself.
Black Sunshine. Man, they're bangers. Like Welcome to Planet Motherfucker.
Welcome to Planet Motherfucker. I still know that one by heart. I can cover that one to this day.
Oh, nice. Fuck
Yeah,
yes.
that was like when I started really getting into like riffs and riffing and heavy shit. Yeah.
Very
That was,
cool. Hell yeah. Well, what about you, Louie? Who got you inspired?
Dude, I think it started with AC/DC.
Oh,
I remember
badass.
I remember my dad buying me the Live at Dunnington DVD, and we had just got a surround sound, and dude, I was just
That's such a
floored.
badass concert, man. They're in their prime right there.
Yeah, so AC/DC is like what did it for me. My dad was a big Stones fan, so I really got into the Stones. I remember getting into Hendrix, and then from there it was them for a while, and it's like, okay, well, who were they listening to, right? And then it was Chuck Berry, and then Muddy Waters, and then just kept digging from there. And then I love it all, man. But I think that's what got me going to want to play guitar.
I dig it. Hell yeah. And yeah, I know what you mean by, it's kind of like I can relate to, as I was getting into Metallica. One thing about Metallica, when they would take pictures for Hit Parade or Cream magazine back in the day, Cliff Burton, he was the one that was first put out that Misfits Fiend skull. And when you saw that, like everybody was like, who the fuck are these guys? And next thing you know, Misfits start blowing up because you were interested in whatever these guys are jamming to, because it must be something good, because you're getting some kind of influence or inspiration somewhere that I dig already, because I like you as an original guy. But it always intrigues me, and it keeps me interested in when I ask other guys, what do you like to jam to? So I dig that. I know where you're coming from when it comes to that right there.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, Steve, how about you? Who inspired you to want to get on the kit?
Shit, man, it goes way back to when I was a kid with my parents, always listening to what they liked. My mom was always listening to like oldies and Elvis, and my dad was always listening to like classic country and modern country. Well, modern back then, like, and also Tejano music. But for myself, it was mainly metal. Yeah, Metallica, Pantera.
It was Metallica. When I met this motherfucker,
Yeah.
He was air drumming Metallica to a T. Like, it looked like he was playing that shit.
Yeah. I started.
Yes. Hell
I
yeah.
Played a kit once in a church back in Beeville, and their church drummer showed me timing. He showed me the 4 and the 8 timing, and I just took it and ran with it. I never had a kit, so I would just air drum to a bunch of whatever my friends were listening to, and I just got into it. And by the time I got a kit, I already knew how to play it. So that's how that went. Okay.
I love it, man. I love that story, man, because I felt like kind of the same way, man. I couldn't afford a kit, man. Kits were always, they're out of my price range. And so I was just telling one of my coworkers, I said, you know how I got my first drum set? In 8th grade, the first day of 8th grade, I had some friends over to my house. An electrical fire happened. It was a freak thing. So I claimed all my posters, my albums, cassettes through the fire. I got like $300 and some odd back, and I bought my best friend's brother's drum set. And then I had money at one time, and it was just in one hand and out the other. And if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have ever had my first drum set, because it just, sometimes gears, it could, I was 12 years old, just waiting to, maybe 13 at that time, but just, I was playing drums on my bed, or books and shit like that, just waiting for the chance to finally get a kit. So I know where you're coming from, Steve. Hell yeah. And I consider myself a pretty good air drummer, but definitely the guys I play with in my bands can blow me away.
So I learned from 14 all the way till like 18, just got inspired. And 17, 14 through 17.
When did you get the kit?
I just started going over to Drew's. He had a kit, and my old friend John, his mom bought him a drum set and a guitar so we could jam. So that was when I was reunited with an actual kit. So it was great. Yeah.
Hell yeah. So, and Drew, you had a kit at your place. Did you play? You played some drums too?
Who, me?
Yeah, he said he had a drum set at your place.
Yeah, I can play drums too. I'm nothing like
Drew can do it all.
I can play. I'm all right.
That's what I was kind of getting. I was wondering, you multi, you can just about play anything: bass, guitar, drums, sing.
I can play everything. guitar, bass, drums, you know, brass instruments, keys a little bit. Like I actually have a little bit of college under my belt for music theory and composition and shit like that. So
Very strong.
I know a little bit.
Strong background.
Yes, that's huge, man. Oh, hell yeah, it's gonna take you far, man. It's always everything works for a reason like that, man. So excellent, man. I love that. I love the feedback on that. So let me ask you this: what was your first concert, Drew? What was the first banger you went to?
Megadeth at Johnny Land.
Oh shit! I'm trying to think. What album was that? Help me out.
It was. I don't remember the fucking album. God damn.
Because there was a
Maybe it
time
was
when
just-
Megadeth played like that small bar at Q's. I think maybe on Cryptic Writings, and I was like,
I
"What
saw-
the fuck?"
I saw them there too.
Some
Yeah,
asshole.
dude, I was there, dude. That was badass. You had to see it, man. Like, fuck yeah.
First time I saw them at Johnny Land, then I saw them at Q's or Buckets or whatever it was called.
I think it was Buckets. We were there.
Yeah,
Was it
buckets.
Buckets?
There you go, buckets. That's right.
At Buckets, but
So it would have been the album before that one. So, what is that, dude? Shit, I can't think of it, man. But I remember. I guess I was able to. You know, I'm so old. I saw Megadeth on Peace Hills, but who's buying, man? Over here at the showcase, and I got.
Megadeth is the band I've seen the most. I've seen them like 5 or 6 times in my life. I don't know why. It's just every time they come around, I go check them out. That's like the most viewed band I've seen.
No shit. Well, they're a badass band. I can't take nothing away from Mustaine. I think he's I like his vocal style, but I just think guitar wise, he's just one of the best that's out there when it comes to metal. So definitely rises to the top right there. And how about you, Louie? What was your first show?
My first show was Motley Crue at the American Bank Center when I was 12 years old.
Oh shit, that was on that Psycho Circus tour, I think.
Carnival of Sins.
Carnival of Sin, yeah. Tommy Lee was in the he went over the crowd and shit in the drum set.
Oh, dude, it was so awesome.
It was badass. I was at that one too. That was a great fucking show. Hell yeah.
Dude, it opened up a whole new world for me. And then shortly after that, my parents took me to ACL to go watch Los Lonely Boys. And this is like 2004, 2005. So they were like headlining ACL. And I think that I want to play live was those guys.
Yeah, they're badass.
Los Lonely Boys, man, they bring it.
Latino Rush.
Yeah. Texican rock and roll.
You better believe it, man. Aren't they coming? I think within the next month or so. I think, right?
I saw that. Yeah, Brewster Street. I'm gonna try to go to that one.
It's gonna be a good one right there. Hell yeah, over Brewster Street. And Steve, what was your first concert?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I saw a lot of Tejano acts. I know that. Like.
Okay, that's cool. Who would you say?
I pretty much saw almost all of them. 80% of all the popular 90s Tejano bands I saw. But the first metal act was probably Megadeth.
Is that the same show?
We probably went to the same show.
Yeah, you're probably with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
We've been chilling since late 90s.
That's how far we go back, dude.
That's
Oh,
how far, right? That's how far we go back. Hell yeah. You know what? It might be Megadeth put out the greatest hits CD. It might have been a tour for that one. You know, because I can't put my finger on what album it was.
It
But regardless, Megadeth's
it was
probably
back-
been here a good handful of times.
It
And
was either Japan or Euthanasia. It was back in the 90s.
the one time I did miss them was when they played at the Memorial Coliseum on the Countdown to Extinction. When they had
Okay, it was after that. After that one. I didn't see that one.
Oh, I know. I missed that one too, dude. I missed it. Shit. But I was able to get a shirt. A friend, I bought it. I said, hey, at least get me a shirt. So I got a shirt off it. That was a good one. That's what I remember about that one. Well, I liked your choices right there. Well, let me talk about, one of the things that I really like to do besides make music is check out movies, man. So you guys dig movies as well? Drew, do you like horror movies, comedy, action? Do you have a favorite movie that you like that you could watch anytime?
I mean, that's a broad question, man. I like all kinds of movies. I like them all. Like,
what's the last good one you saw?
I mean, I like the one I just saw, the one that Netflix just put out with the The Electric State with Chris Pratt and all the
Oh
fucking
yeah,
robots.
I heard I should
That was
watch that one. It's good, huh?
Yeah, I like that one. That's the last one I saw that I was like, okay, man, that's cool. I really like it.
Hey,
But
I like Chris Pratt, whether he's fucking playing Star-Lord or if he's that guy in fucking Jurassic Park. That dude's cool. I dig Star-Lord.
Tomorrow War, that's a fucking badass one.
That
on
one,
Amazon.
yeah, dude, that's a good one, dude. Yes. Oh, how about you, Louie? How about movies? Where do you lean into?
Dude, I don't watch a whole lot of TV, man. If I'm in front of the TV, it's usually like if I'm watching a baseball game.
All right.
Is
that your favorite sport? Baseball?
Yeah, I love baseball. I watch a lot of documentaries, man. I love sports documentaries and music documentaries. Yeah. I like to go fishing, that kind of stuff.
I dig it, man. Hell yeah. Some going fishing.
Discussion about movies, so I'm always out of the list.
I'm in the mood with movies, dude.
Yeah. Drew's well rounded.
I watch all the Marvel shit. I watch all that shit.
I'm with you 1,000% right there. Real quick, what do you think of Brave New World?
That one?
Is that a movie?
I'm waiting. Yeah. I did not go to see it in theaters. So as
Me
soon
neither.
as it's available, I'm gonna watch it. I have not watched it yet. I don't watch any spoilers or anything on Facebook or whatever.
Is that a Marvel movie?
Yeah, that's the new Marvel movie. I haven't watched it yet. I'm gonna wait until it's available for purchase, and I'm gonna watch it with my family in the living room.
Oh,
nobody
okay.
Nobody in my family has seen it yet, so we're kind of holding out on that. But as far as
okay. Well, I won't drop any spoilers.
Don't spoil it, dude. Don't spoil it.
I won't. That's a good shit. There's some good crucial stuff right there that you gotta get to, because Doomsday's coming up, and so is a lot of Fantastic Four.
Up to date with all the Disney series, all the Daredevil and Moon Knight and all that shit.
Oh yeah, Daredevil's kicking ass.
All the Loki and all that. So I'm ready for the next phase. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, me too. Steve, tell me about movies. Which one you dig? You into action, maybe horror?
Watches porn.
That's all right. That's a genre too. I don't care. What you like is what you like.
Mainly comedy. I'm a comedy guy. I like it. Stand-up comedy and fucking Comedy Central.
And anything Ace Ventura, I can quote it, and this fucking dude cracks up.
For real.
I'm also with Louie also on the documentary stuff. I love documentaries and musical performances.
Yes.
Yeah. Always, all the time.
I do love. I'm into finding out the truth when it comes to documentaries, man. So, are you guys believers when it comes to UFOs? Are they out there?
Man. Yeah, they gotta be. There's no galaxy's too big not to.
I know what you mean. So I just had to put that out there, man. All right. So moving on, man. Tell me about your dream concert. All right. We'll start with Steve. Tell me, if you were able to pick out 3 artists that you would be able to go on tour with, who would those 3 artists be?
Like to play alongside?
Yeah, and it could be whatever, Hunt the Sleep opening, because you guys got different bands that y'all play for as well. So whatever those 3 bands are, who would those 3 be?
I'll include them both. I'll say.
I mean, basically your favorite 3 bands, whether it's heavy soul playing, just the fact that you have the opportunity to be on the kit, opening up on the same stage as these 3 bangers.
Probably Jack White. Jack White for heavy soul, and probably Korn for Haunt the Sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I dig that. Hell yeah. I love the variation right there too. Hell yes. Oh wow. Yeah, man. Zach White, man, that's a badass guitar player right there. Kind of always kind of under my radar right there, but whenever I hear him, I'm always blown away. I love his voice. Love the voice that he comes with. Very cool. Well, Louie, how about you? What's your dream concert?
I think my dream concert to either go to or play with would be Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
Yes. Oh, I can't believe Tom's gone. Oh, I never had a chance to see him. My sister went to go see him live, but man.
His Super Bowl performance.
To do it, man. Badass. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Badass Super Bowl performance.
That would be amazing. Hell yes. Absolutely. Drew, tell me, who's going to be in your dream concert?
Fuck, man, Louie's got me with Tom Petty, man. That would be a fucking badass one.
I know, right? Yes.
But we're headlining, and he's opening up.
It's your dream. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. We can do that.
Hell yeah.
There's some great bands out there. Amazing bands, life-changing bands.
I mean, with the style, I'm thinking about Heavy Soul, you know, the style we play, but I would love to fucking jam with, if I had a metal band, or if I was in a metal band, if I could fucking tour with Machine Head, I could die happy.
You could die happy right there. Machine fucking Head. Hell yeah. The mighty Rob Flynn.
Fuck yeah.
Badass. Great ones, guys. Great ones. All right. So tell me, what's coming up this year? Do you have any plans already? I know you talked about already having some new material. Remind me about, you got some shows coming up, and then headed back into the studio.
Yeah, so we have some shows coming up. We got a music video coming up this month, and the goal is just to get back into the studio and pump out some more music this year, man. I'm excited to get in the studio with Steve and put some of these ideas together.
Same.
Yeah,
I think Steve in the studio is going to be.
I think it's
on another level.
He's gonna take it to another level. Like Drew got us here, Steve's gonna take us here.
Oh fuck yes! Oh, it's gonna be sharp, man. I can't wait. Any plans on where you're gonna record that one at?
That's a good question, man. I mean, top of my head, like Mason, it was such a good experience working with him. Like I automatically want to go back, but I mean, I think we're all open to just working with different people.
Cool. All right, badass. Well, and the most recent show you got coming up, you got the Annex this Friday. What's the next one after that you could tell us about?
Yes, Annex this Friday, and then the following Friday, April 11th, will be at Executive
Surf Club, one of the best venues in town, right there. Surf Club, classic, right there, dude. And I've yet to be in the Annex yet, so hopefully I'm gonna see if I can get my wife to me and maybe. Yeah. What time do y'all start?
You gotta go check out the Annex, man.
Come on, man.
It's a nice place.
You gotta check it out. It's nice. Good vibes. We started at 9.
Like the spot where the band, can set up and play is kind of small, but despite that, it's a really cool place, dude. It's got a lounge vibe. Yeah. Fucking badass cocktails. Get an old fashioned.
Oh, the old fashions are good. Dude, speaking of shows, I think you guys are on the same bill coming up, right? You and Steve, don't y'all have something Saturday?
Oh yeah.
Is it next Saturday?
Yeah, we're playing at the House of Rock for Joaquin having the 2nd annual Rock Into Inclusion benefit going on. So I'm excited. I'm gonna be doing that Saturday night with Fallen Fears. It's gonna be Tilled. It's gonna be my band Fistful of Metal. Of course, Haunt the Sleep is gonna be there, and then Zombie King's gonna headline. So yeah, it's gonna be a great show. We're raising money for kids that need special needs and all the kids that kind of just need some little assistance with whatever it may be. He's got a great foundation that he's created, and they've already been making a lot of difference here within the last year with the things that they were able to raise money with. And last year's show was Shattered Sun. So yeah, I know Marcus will be there this year, and I'm gonna have him come up and sing a couple of songs with us in Fistful of Metal. So that's gonna be great. And I'm going to sing a couple of songs with Zombie King. So it's going to be a great jam. I love when we can kind of sit in with each other. You know what I mean? Because I love when you see those Rock and Roll Hall of Fame concerts and you see different guys coming together to play other people's songs. I just really dig that kind of vibe. And I don't know if you're familiar with, but at Christmas time, I have my own Christmas show called Tony's Twisted Christmas Spectacular. And we do it at the House of Rock. It's going to be my 6th annual this time around. But like I said, I just like to be able to jam with great people, great musicians, and make great music. And so, man, I must have lost my mind, man. But now the band's got 20 people in it, and we do 4 different sets, broken up with 5 members apiece for the most part, and we usually have about 3 or 4 different singers. But it's just it's a beast, but it's all done for a great cause. And it would be great to maybe have you guys join us this Christmas, maybe for the show to, help us out with the benefit. And usually what I'm trying to get at is right now I've got the Young Classics who joined us as a whole band. And you've seen them before. The great band. I saw them at the Rock and Roll Flea Market too. And anyway, they are a great package. The same way you guys are a great package. And I say that in a way like what we normally do is I throw the bands for 3 to 5 songs, and you guys take it from there. You make it your own, and we come together that night and we jam and we raise money and everything goes great. So something to think about. I'm going to put the invitation out there to you guys in Heavy Soul to join us for this year's Tony Switch Christmas Spectacular as another band and actually be a part of the Harbor City All-Stars, which is a 20-piece band we already got, which think about it. I don't want to put you on the spot. Think about it. This year it's going to be December 23rd. It's already booked, December 23rd at the House of Rock. And like I said, the usual All-Star band started out with 15 guys. Now we got the 5-piece of the Young Classics. So that's 20. If you guys are down, think about it. And I can show you some songs. And before you know it, Christmas will be here. We show up and just rock out and have a great time. I think you guys would have that blues rock feel that this Christmas show would really fucking bang with. Just knowing the talent you guys would bring to the show. Like I said, I love to jam with great guys, and I love everything that I've been able to hear from you guys. So anyway, I'm gonna zip it up. You guys sleep on that one. Let's finish up the show tonight with my segment called Draw the Line. So I'm gonna throw out some bands, some artists too. And you tell me who you prefer out of these guys. All right. Say they're both playing in town and you could only go to one venue to go check it out. Who's this guy? Which artist or band are you going to come check out? So let me start with Steve.
Okay, Steve.
Okay. Who's it going to be between AC/DC versus Aerosmith?
Dude, these are going to be some tough ones.
Damn.
Bro, that's
Probably
fucking
go to AC/DC. I'm going to AC/DC, yeah.
I'm like, bro, that's
Probably
fucking
AC/DC?
I almost hit you, bro. That was easy.
AC/DC all day.
All day for Louie. All right. And Drew, what do you think for the same question?
AC. I almost hit this motherfucker for thinking about it.
We're good.
Love it, man. Hell yeah. I got an AC/DC tribute band that I play for now. And I started it because the guys that I do the Christmas show with, they had that feel, that rock feel. And that's what the Christmas show is. It's all got that 80s rock kind of feel to it. And anyway, they just
takes a lot of courage to get up there and sing that. Brian Johnson, Bon Scott, man. So tip my hat.
I appreciate that, Louie, man, because it was a bitch, man. Sometimes, I feel like I might bite off a little bit more than I can chew with the cover bands I'm with, because they'll throw out a song to me and I'll be like, if it's like Dio, if it's like Bruce Dickinson, if it's like Rob Halford, I'm like, oh, you're going to put me through this, huh? You're going to put me through the grinder. I'm going to really have to work at this shit. All right. Well, so it's a challenge to me. And when it comes to AC/DC, I just knew our guitar player who was going to do Angus, Benjamin Salinas. He had the chops. So I was like, okay, that means I got to do Bon. I got to do Brian. So Bon, I already did. I've already done some Bon, and Bon's pretty cool. When it comes to me, I'm cool with it. But that Brian Johnson, that I had to rip some vocal cords to get there. I had to rip shit to get there.
You gotta smoke a pack.
It's nothing but it feels so great to I love AC/DC, and I just really love them now, because now I'm just oversaturated with all these fucking songs AC/DC has. But great choice, AC/DC right across the board for you guys. Second lineup right here. Going back to Steve, Eric Clapton versus the Eagles.
Oh man, Clapton all day.
Clapton all day. Okay, Louie, same thing.
I really love the Eagles, but Clapton.
That's a tough one. I just saw the Eagles at the Sphere in Las Vegas.
At the Sphere! Holy shit! What was that for your honeymoon?
Yeah, it was the same day I got married. Actually, we went to
Congratulations! That's awesome.
I'm gonna say the Eagles.
Eagles, hey, hell yeah! Eagles at the Sphere freshly, hell yeah! I know where you're coming from. What do you think, Drew? Where are you coming from on that one?
I think his face says
His face says it all.
His face says Eagles.
Eagles 2-1.
Eagles, and I don't know if I'm gonna ever play with this guy again.
He's like, come on, what's up, Don Henley? Yes.
Clapton
Another badass drummer. But you know, the Eagles did something crazy. I mean, they really brought something great to the scene. And from what I heard, they kind of stole that sound from I want to say Linda Ronstadt, if I got the name right. Yeah, you know, they seen her playing in the small blues bars down there, and the way she brought that kind of blues rock to the table kind of gave them that influence. And then next thing you know, they get Joe Walsh in the band, and you really hear a lot of influence from Walsh once he jumps in there. But definitely one of my favorite bands, Eagles. And move on to number 3. Steve, tell me, who do you prefer out of Kenny Wayne Shepherd versus Eric Gales?
Man, I don't even know who that second one is.
Okay, so we'll go Kenny then.
We'll skip that one.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to come up with a consolation question that's going to be just for you, Steve. All right. Who are you going to go with either Bill Ward or John Bonham?
Bro. Why you do this to me?
Too.
That's right. I got you on this one. All right. Come on.
Come on. Bonham. Yeah. Gotta be Bonham.
Gotta be Bonham. Oh, I love it, dude. Yeah, I was hearing some Zeppelin today while I was walking. I work at the university, and when I'm going from the dining hall back to my student center, they had the fucking Zeppelin cranked at the pool. And I was like, "What's up in there? What's going on?" But anyway, Louie, where are you coming from on those two? Kenny Wayne Shepherd and Eric Gales.
Kenny Wayne, I love Eric Gales. I love the way he does dude, he's something else. He plays the guitar upside down. That's a
Louie question.
Yeah. I would go with Kenny Wayne, but I would love to see Eric Gales too. But if they were both in town, I'd go Kenny Wayne Shepherd.
Gotcha, Kenny Wayne. Hell yes. Drew, what do you think about them two artists? Who are you going to go with?
Kenny Wayne, hands down, Kenny Wayne.
Yeah.
Hands down, Kenny Wayne. All right. Props to Eric Gales. We got love for you, though. All right, next one. Steve, here we go. Joe Bonamassa versus Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Stevie Ray.
Ooh.
Stevie Ray.
Stevie Ray. All right. Hell yeah. I love that last album he put out, man, with Crossover and Tightrope on it, man. Oh, I love where he was going, man. Love his stuff. Okay, Stevie Ray, Steve. And Louie?
Stevie all day, but Joe Bonamassa is a bad band, but Stevie, no question.
Yeah.
Oh, rest in peace, Stevie. What do you think, Drew?
I mean, that's a hard one, dude. You fucking put it to me on that one. Like,
they're both,
but,
dude, they're both up there.
I gotta go Stevie though. Like,
it's Stevie.
Bonamassa is badass, but
he's awesome, right? Yes.
Fucking goat, bro.
That's how I feel.
All right, I know, right? Yes.
Kind of like Sabbath and Zeppelin.
It's Stevie.
That's like Coke and Pepsi.
It's like Coke and Pepsi. Well, good. I like to make it a challenge, man, and really, you know, making a tough decision on these guys. And Stevie Ray, much love. All right, I got one more for you guys. This one comes down to Steve, George Thorogood and the Destroyers versus ZZ Top.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I got to finish with the bomb.
Yeah.
I like them both.
Woo.
What a catalog between those two bands. Hell yeah.
ZZ.
ZZ, yeah. Hey, that's all good. It's all good. Louie, what do you think?
Dude, I love George Thorogood. My mom was a huge fan of George Thorogood. She introduced me to him, but I got to go with Billy Gibbons, ZZ Top.
Woo, more ZZ Top. All right. And Drew?
You've seen them, no? What is ZZ?
I like to drink alone.
Oh.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, we're giving some George T and the Destroyers love. I love them, man. I tell you, you get that greatest hits of George Thorogood rolling, man, and everyone's a banger. Hell yeah. One beer, one scotch. Oh, man. It just, song after song, going up to MTV and seeing Bad to the Bone come on regular rotation as a kid was like, dude, wow, hell yeah. That's the one smooth, badass guitar player.
Classic. Yeah. Bad to the Bone is just across all genres, everybody iconic knows song. That shit.
Yeah. Right.
Like, that kind of, that's why I said George Thorogood.
Yeah.
That's a good point right there. Yeah. It's a song that
Across
just
all
transcends
genres,
all
across all
genres, and it's probably been played at just about every sporting event, right?
Every bar, every sporting event.
No shit, right? Hopefully George is getting the royalties off writing such a fucking badass, perfect song right there. Speaking of songs, Louie, did you win a contest for the best songwriter this year?
So it was through the Corpus Christi Songwriters. So I got in with them a couple years ago. I did a couple festivals, submitted some music, and I was just voted by my peers into the Hall of Fame. So shout out to CC Songwriters.
Fame.
Yeah, shout out to CC Songwriters. Very cool. Very cool accolade to have under your belt right there. It's nice to get that recognition. And,
Thank you.
you know, that's what I got it for us tonight on Draw the Line. I really like that I kind of stumped you right there at the very end, but maybe it wasn't quite a stump, but really gave us a chance to reflect on a couple of great bands that are kind of, you know, in that same realm of where you guys operate in, you know, that George Thorogood and Destroyer, that ZZ Top, where you just got blues, you got rock, you got sex, drugs, rock and roll, the whole gambit of everything that is what, you know, what is rock and roll and what kind of turns all us on to want to keep jamming and be a part of it, man. You know, I've been doing this thing, rock and roll, you know, whether it's metal, where it's a tribute band, where it's a cover band, I just want to perform. And I think you guys you got it in the blood just like I do. That's why you're doing multiple bands, because you got to get it out. And so I feel like, you know, I can definitely relate to the three of you guys. And I just want to encourage you and promote you and kind of inspire you to keep doing not only what you're doing, but if you feel like you have time to do something else, do what you can, because you know what, you guys are fucking great and you got a lot to leave behind, and take advantage of the opportunities you have to jam with each other and leave a mark. So I'm really excited about the next recording you guys are going to put together with Steve back there on the kit. I want to hear some of the new jams. I'm anxious. I'm going to see if I can get my wife out there. We're going to go check you guys out at the Annex. What time do you say you start?
Bring it on, 9 p.m. sharp.
9 p.m. Okay. Shout out to my guys in War Cult, which they might want to do a late rehearsal, but you guys probably play till about midnight, right?
1 a.m.
1 a.m. Even better. I love those gigs, man. You know, a 3-hour session with a couple of breaks in between. I love it, but you know, I've got Fistful of Metal, but I had to do a lighter version with it. We call Faster Disco, where we're doing more like 70s and 80s stuff, because by the end of the night of singing Pantera, Megadeth, and fucking Slayer, you know, that end of the third set, man, it's a real ball buster. So I kind of wanted to do something with the same guys in Fistful, but we're doing like Night Ranger and Billy Idol and you know, a little bit more hard rock stuff. So it's nice to have that kind of venue, but I'm looking forward to getting out there, seeing you guys at the Annex. And remind me, what's the next show coming up after the Annex gig? Over at the Surf Club, right?
11th, yep.
Yes. Well, everybody out there, make sure you're tuning in, get on their socials, Heavy Soul, look up the guys, give them a follow, give them a like, check out the YouTube channel, and get out there tomorrow night at the Annex. But if you can't make it at the Annex, get out there to the Surf Club next Saturday. Check them out. They're going to be putting on 3 big sets of music. They're going to rock your ass off. And make sure you look up their album, the Skidmore Sessions. You can find it on your favorite music platform. Save it, give it a like, and give it a follow. And support live music and support Heavy Soul when you got them here in Corpus Christi, all right? Because these guys are going to blow up, and who knows how long we could have you here. So, Drew, Louie, Steve, thank you for being my guest tonight. Cheers.
Cheers, brother. Thanks for having us, man.
Yes, sir.
I'd love to have you guys back on after you do another recording so we can kind of chit-chat and talk about the new music that's coming on. So until then, or until I see you live, gentlemen, take care. Keep blues and rock alive and healthy here in Texas. Keep grinding, guys, and I'll see you soon, all right?
Thanks, Tony. Cheers.
For sure.
You got you, guys. Take care, man. See you later.
Thank you.